welcome to Aben Time, where your hosts, Kat
and Maddie
discuss a wide variety of topics. And today, we're going to discuss our favorite memories of playing video games. Now, I've been playing games since I was pretty young. How about you, Maddie?
5-ish. So
Five,
pretty young.
I mean, I don't remember it like I discussed it a couple episodes ago, but I've been playing pretty much since I was a toddler.
Don't remember it,
like,
but
the light gun, and I'd shoot the ducks down, apparently.
ooh, that's pretty awesome. I don't think I did anything that cool when I was little. I shot basketballs, apparently.
Well, there you go.
I shot basketballs. There was arcades nearby. I really wanted to always be able to do the driving arcade when I was little, but I couldn't because I couldn't reach the pedals.
Yeah, I didn't live anywhere near an arcade until I was like 13, so and by that time, like, they were pretty dead, at least out here, so unless you like playing DDR and a sticky dance mat.
Why do that when you could do that at home?
Exactly. It only costs like, what, $100? Anyway.
Does it? I don't know. We've had
the dance mats, like, were never too expensive, but the game usually was, right? So.
Oh, okay. Well, we've had like 4 versions of DDR and like 3 dance mats, so I did.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah. DDR is a thing in my childhood as well.
Oh, yeah. No, same. It's fun. I like it. Do you have any, like, first favorite gaming memories that you can think of?
Well, so I was brought up in like a split household because my parents were not together. So my dad's house was like games and very much fun times, and my mom's house was my mom's house, if that makes sense. She was very you can't play video games in this house, and in doing that she made me want to play video games more. Mom, this is all your fault. Anyway, she knows. She knows. And she's okay with it now. Mm-hmm. But when I suck at remembering when. So like young, below 10. Okay. I got a DS Lite. Not a DS Lite. So we're already one generation into the DS, I think. And this was my first console. It's the first thing I was able to like play. I was like, I had played with my brother's Game Boys, but not with this new thing. It flips and it had a lit screen and
yes,
ooh. And I think the first few, almost all the first games I got on them were like Mario related. So I got Mario Kart.
That was a fun game, yeah.
Oh, it was very fun. I don't remember. I think it's just called Mario and Luigi. It was just another.
Oh, like one of those ones where you control Mario with A and Luigi with B?
No, it was like a traditional Mario game, I guess, where it's like you go throughout the map. You have the world map, and then you go to a level, and then it's side-scrolling, and you go throughout each world until you hit Bowser.
Oh, okay.
But it was a DS version of that.
Oh, okay.
I destroyed that game. Holy crap. Played through it all with Mario, unlocked Luigi, played through it all with Luigi, almost got all the stars.
Oh, nice. Good job.
And then my brother sold it. But anyway, moving on. That game was really fun. But it came to a point where we were, I think I had it for maybe like a year-ish, maybe less. And we were going to go on a vacation. And it's like, okay, got my DS. I'm ready to go on this long car ride to, I think it's actually Yosemite, if anyone knows what that is. I live in California, so Yosemite. And on the way, we hit a lake called Bass Lake. And we're going to like spend a day like on the lake with a boat, with a nice boat. And, before I got there, before that, like that morning, Nick walks up, and I walk.
And Nick is your brother, for those who don't know.
Yes, sorry, Nick is my brother. He walks up and he's like, "Maddie here," and he tosses me a game case, and I'm like, "What? What's this?" And it's like Mario 64 for the DS, and I was like, "New Mario game? That's cool!" And so I rushed over and I put it in. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I had no idea what Mario 64 was, so I had no, like, nostalgia or anything.
Right.
I was just like, new Mario game, play it. Okay, great. On the way up, my dad noticed what I was playing, and he's like, where'd you get that? And I'm like, Nick gave it to me. And he's like, Nick, I was saving that for her on the way up. And he's like, well, I opened it and started playing it, so I don't know what you want from me, as Nick does. And so
such a Nick thing to do. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, I got quickly yelled at, but then he was like, "No, it's okay. that was for you. Have fun playing your game. I was like, cool, play a game. So I continued to play the game.
That's so funny.
So that DS was like my childhood, because like, oh man, I played so many things on that. I went through 3 of the same gens of Pokemon, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Played through all of them.
Very nice.
I really wanted a puppy when I was little, so I had like the puppy simulator.
Oh, the Nintendogs?
Yes.
Yes, I had two versions, but I had it for the cats.
Of course you did. I had it for the dogs, and I played a lot out of that. Woke up in the morning, called my puppies out, and pet them, feed them. Aww. Man, I love that game so much. I still want a dog. Anyway, played that. I had all these Mario games. I started getting into Zelda. Like, the DS was my first console that I was just like, well, it was my first console in general. But then I was like, this is my console. I love it to death. I have all these games. Let me play my games. And yeah, my favorite memory is just that DS Lite lifespan of, playing alone, waking up at 6 a.m, playing, hiding it in school and playing, like hiding it in my backpack, and then after school, me and my friends would go like run out and play together, Pokemon battles with my friends. Like, there's so many things we did on that. We had a field trip. Oh my god, this isn't even a story I wasn't going to tell, but we had a field trip to Sacramento, and that's like a 3 to 4 hour train ride.
Holy crap.
And we had to get up at like 5 a.m. to like make the train so we could actually do things in Sacramento and then come back. Our whole class got in. Our class is about 30 students. Mm-hmm. Over half of them had DSs, and we all brought them.
That's amazing.
So we were hopping into like PictoChat. We were setting up Mario Kart rooms. It was like the greatest. Like, that was the best part of that field trip, was the train ride up. Because we all had our DSs, and we were all playing together. And oh my god. Children, we were so friendly and so happy, and got so mad when we lost at Mario Kart. But
of course. I mean, Mario Kart is the best way to lose friends.
Oh, very much so. You'd make truces with people. Okay, you don't hit me with the red shell, and I'll hit this person with the red shell.
Oh god.
Oh man, yeah, that was really fun. But the story I was actually good as hell was on that vacation where I first got Mario 64. I'd already started playing games with my brother Nick, and we played Dragon Ball Z, a fighting game together. And
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. He'd kick my ass deliberately show off moves, and I'd be like, "How do you do that?" And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you," as Nick does. But I really enjoyed playing it because I guess I enjoy torturing myself. So on the lake, when we took the party boat out, we took an inner tube out, and me and Nick were on the same inner tube, and we had fun.
Oh, I'm scared.
So we were going, and fucking Nick. Nick turns to me, and he says, "Maddie, if you let go right now, I'll let you play Dragon Ball Z with me." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yes." I immediately let go. And, I fell off. I had a life jacket on, so it was fine. It kind of hurt.
I bet.
And as I got there, and we had to wait for the boat, because we'd fallen off before, so we had to wait for the boat to come around and pick me up. And my dad's like, "Maddie, what was that?" And I was like, "Nick promised if I let go, I'd be able to play games with him." And he got yelled at by my dad.
Oh my god.
And then I had to get on the deck.
Troublemaker.
Yeah. And I know my memory probably wasn't right, but I swear I got home and he said, "You can't play DBZ with me."
Oh,
like, I swear. I swear he went back on his promise. Probably. But yeah. That's my relationship with Nick in a nutshell for my childhood. I'll let you do this if I'll let you play games if you do this. Really? Sure. Okay. Do's the thing. Okay, you can't. All right. Crap.
Aw. Yeah, no, because I'm the eldest, I don't have any stories like that. So, but yeah. Aww.
Yeah. It was funny. So we both kind of fondly remember that because we laugh at it.
Of course.
But yeah, that vacation, my DS, we're playing DBZs. My starting to really get into gaming. So that era was very, very dear to my heart. I enjoy it. I remember it fondly.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, in my case, we had always had games in the house, but like your mom, my mom was always like, you can play games, but only like half hour, an hour a day type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was very heavily regulated, like even when I could use the TV. I was forced to go to this place called Outside where the big ball of fire in the sky shines. I didn't like that.
But recently, actually, you're excited for the big ball of fire in the sky.
Yes, because it means that there's no more ice storm, and I'll take it.
Hey, that's how we get Cat to like the sun. You throw ice storms.
No, I still don't like the sun. I will avoid it at all costs, but I mean, at least it's getting rid of the ice. I'm okay with this.
I mean, that's true. You are a vampire, so.
Shut up.
Okay. Sorry, moving on.
So, I had access to games, I had access to TV, but I didn't use either of them a lot. But at school, one of the kids I hung out with, he had a Game Boy, and he was playing Pokemon Red. And I was just like, there wasn't anything really to do sometimes at lunch, so it's like, yeah, I'd watch him, and he'd be like, oh, do you want to play? And I'm like, oh, I've never played before, I don't really know how.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, it's easy. So he hands it to me and he shows me how to play, and it was fun. And then I go on with the rest of my life, right?
Wow, kids are so nice.
I know, right?
We were guarding our things with our lives.
No, he knew I wouldn't like take it from him or destroy it or anything. So like
that's good.
But yeah, so cut to, I don't know, like a week or two later. I don't know exact time frames. I'm at Costco with my grandparents, and they were just buying some like extra shit, food, whatever.
As Costco does.
As you do it, when you're at Costco, you buy giant things. Anyways,
yes.
My grandpa would always like take me through the tech aisle because he knew I had gaming systems, and they really spoiled me like all the time. But I had learned that they spoiled me, so I just wouldn't look at anything, and that way they wouldn't buy me anything, and I wouldn't feel guilty.
You're such a good kid.
I just didn't want them to think I was only there to like get shit from them.
Right.
But that one day, a lime green Game Boy packaged with Pokemon Yellow caught my eye. And my grandma comes over and is like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, nothing. And I walk away. So we're at the line in Mexico, and my papa goes, Kathleen, can you look at that real quick and tell me what that says? And I'm like, okay. So I do. Like, I'm pretty young at this point. I want to say like 8 or 9, maybe a bit older. I don't remember when Pokemon Yellow came out exactly.
Oh my God, I see where this is going.
Yeah,
I can't
of course
believe
you
this.
do. So I look at the thing, and he's like, oh, okay, why don't you buy it? We never really got treats at the end of the store, but it was like, just pick it up. Sure. I'm like, okay, great. And he puts it in a bag, and then we get to the car, and he's like, oh, can you actually hold this bag in the car? I'm like, sure. He's like, it's the one that the treat's in. I'm like, okay. So I don't look in the bag, and I go and I sit in the car, and he's like, why don't you eat the treat right now? And
oh my God.
I'm not really hungry right now, Papa. And he's like, come on, just get the treat. I'm like, okay. So I open the bag, and there's the lime green DS with Pokemon Yellow that I was looking at.
You mean Game Boy?
He was
but yes.
too impatient for me to not notice until we got home.
It's like, dang it, child! I got you this thing that you were looking at. Please look at it and appreciate it.
Yeah, no, he was always doing that kind of shit where it's like, I want to see your reaction right now. How do I get you to see the reaction without tipping you off? And I was just so trusting. I had no idea this was going to happen. Like, looking back, of course, I can see it from a mile away.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know if you've bought tech from Costco, but it's in this like impenetrable plastic vacuum form thing.
Yes, it is.
And so I couldn't open it when we were in the truck, obviously. And also it needed batteries, so it wouldn't have done any good anyway. So we spent like half an hour trying to get the fucking thing out of the packaging. And then they set me up, and I started playing, and oh my God, I was hooked ever since. And then I went to school the next time at lunch, and I went, look what I got!
Wow. Nice. Yeah, oh my God.
Yep, so
that's awesome.
That's the story of my grandparents spoiling me. There's so many stories of that. I'm so incredibly thankful, but I feel like so bad at the same time.
Right. That's hilarious, because that story kind of brings up my dad also kind of spoils me. Mm-hmm. Especially when I was younger, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But for my birthday at like age 12, he's like, what do you want? And I didn't know. So I was like, I don't know, maybe like a remote control car. Those are always cool, right? And so my birthday comes, and and
he bought you a real car. Oh my god, Dad.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the story. No, he's like, it's my birthday, and it's at like, a play place called the Jungle here, and that's actually where Nick worked, and he was my mascot. It was pretty funny. But so he's like, open that one in front of all my friends, and he's like, okay. I open it. It's like a big, so I kind of expected just a car or whatever, not a big, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I open it, and it's a Wii.
Oh my god.
And I'm like I didn't say anything for like a minute. I was like,
because you're processing, like, wait.
Yeah, I was like, processing, error, what is happening here?
Does not compute, 99%.
Does not compute. And I'm like, I open it like a little bit further, and I see it has Mario Galaxy with it. God, that game is so good. But anyway, so I open it, and I'm like, a Wii? You got me a console? And he's like, yes. It was at Costco, and I saw it, so I figured I'd buy it for you. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. And then I hear Nick going, yeah, I was the one who pushed him to do it because I saw it, and I knew it was a Wii, and I kind of wanted to play it too. So, yeah. And I was like, but this is mine? And he's like, yeah, this is yours. I was like, okay. So, like, that whole rest of that Jungle thing, I was kind of, like, in shock, because I was I didn't even expect it, I didn't ask for it, but suddenly there's a Wii in front of me, and it's mine, and I get to play it, and it's another Mario game, and oh my god, I still love Mario Galaxy.
Oh yeah, Mario Galaxy was fun. Did you ever play the second one?
I did. It kind of disappointed me.
Oh, I never played it, so that's why I was asking.
It's the same thing, but a lot of what sucked me into Mario Galaxy itself was... one, the score, which Mario Galaxy 2 did have, but two, like, the story of Rosalina and the Lumas, like, that really brought me in, and that's, like, completely gone into, so I was like, oh, this is just for gameplay. I really liked looking around the observatory and unlocking
that's the thing, too.
The stories.
Isn't it, like, more of a traditional Mario world map type of thing in the second one?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was sad. But, yeah, well, at least they still kept the orchestrated, orchestra.
The music for Galaxy is gorgeous.
So freaking good. But yeah, your story reminded me of that because, one, it was from Costco, and I do remember how freaking thick that plastic was.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this? But yeah, and then I guess that is another favorite memory because, holy crap, one could say I never saw it coming.
Oh boy. You got. Are you adding the Persona sting when you say that?
Oh, you know it. Oh man, that was my segue into a story I wasn't gonna say, but yeah, because I forgot about it. But
actually, I can segue even further from that.
All right, I'm ready for your next story. Here we go.
All right, so back in the day, I would play video games with my dad. Mm-hmm. I would actually play a whole bunch of type of games with my dad, like chess and that kind of thing. Ooh, and he kicked my ass in everything. He never let me win. His thinking was, if I was gonna win, I was gonna win based on merit. So yeah, that makes sense. Pit a 20-something-year-old against like a 6-year-old. Thanks, Dad. But I'm really thankful he did it because I worked my ass off and I did beat him a couple of times. But
hey.
But yeah, we'd play GoldenEye together.
Oh my god.
And like, I hate first-person shooters, but I loved playing GoldenEye with my dad because it was just like you had the proximity mines and you had the paintball cheat and like you'd go around and you'd find the secret passages and oh man, I just had so much fun getting my ass kicked by my dad in fucking GoldenEye every time. I'm sure I beat him a couple of times by like fluke, but I never won that game by actual skill because I was awful at it. Yeah. And I've since replayed GoldenEye. How the hell did I play that originally?
I don't know.
So clunky. It's so hard to play.
I don't know how I played it.
It's one of those games where everyone talks about like, oh, it's so good, and then you go and replay. It's like, no, it's not good. It's not even remotely good.
No. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, it's awful. But I mean, the memories of playing that game with my dad, awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I'd get him to play like Diddy Kong Racing a couple of times too, because that was the other game I had when we first got it. And yeah, he wasn't so into that. He much rather shoot.
Much rather shoot me.
Shoot me than beat me at driving, I guess.
So we did have Mario Kart. Man, Mario Kart 64. What is it called? Mario Kart 64? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
pretty
the
sure.
Rainbow Road on that.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite Rainbow Road too.
Yeah, though it's like miles long because it's in the Switch game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I laugh because they divided the one track that you usually do 3 times into sections. So by the time you finish one track, the race is over.
Oh God.
So I'm like, I remember this track taking like
forever
7 minutes to go through, maybe like 10, and now it takes like 3 because it's only one loop. So I laugh. But it still has the music I love, and it has the fireworks, which is, as a kid, I was like, fireworks.
Yes, and the fireworks are in the shapes of different characters, right?
Yes, like Bowser, Mario, Peach, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. No, it was a really fun game. I never owned it, but I did play it with friends, and that was always fun.
Yeah. Nintendo 64. Good console. DS. Good handheld.
Yeah, good Nintendo childhood fun times.
Oh yeah, I think Nintendo just stole a lot of people's childhoods.
Oh yeah.
Though some people did grow up with the PS1.
Oh yeah, no, my friend who lived across the street and my cousin both had PS1, so that's how I played those as a kid. We couldn't afford both, obviously. Like, kids are expensive. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
So yeah, I play those at friends, and I play like at my cousin's house, but she didn't have a save card thing, memory card. I got there eventually. And so yeah, we'd only ever play like the first couple of levels, and then be called away to like do something else, and she'd have to turn off the console, and then we just replay it again the next time we were there.
Hey, it's just like me trying to play Pokemon Yellow and not knowing how to save.
Oh my God.
That's when I was stealing my brother's Game Boy, so...
Oh, fair.
I didn't... Yeah.
He probably was glad you didn't know how to save then.
Probably. Yeah, now that I think about it, I could have really messed up his stuff.
Yeah. So do you have any other fun stories of the past?
Oh, God. Let me bring out my book again. Well, just a fun mention. I think if you've not paid attention, if you listen to our music episode, I talked a lot about WoW. So WoW, so just the WoW period of my life, even though it's technically still going, let's say my childhood WoW period of my life, where basically I didn't have a lot of responsibilities except for go to school, come home, play WoW. That was a fun time. I remember that so fondly. So, stuff like hitting max level for the first time and being able to, like, follow my eldest brother, Brian, around. For some reason, I enjoyed reputation grinding, which everyone else hated, but I really loved being in the world of Warcraft. And it was... The music is really good. But yeah, I just enjoyed doing stuff in that game, especially the expansion I joined. So reputation grinding, I remember fondly for some reason. Now I hate it, but yes. Getting a little bit closer, the expansion Mists of Pandaria, which was like the first expansion I was like waiting for and looking forward to like play and stuff. I finally started raiding on my own, so that was a fun time. Learning raid bosses, though it was alone, so it wasn't as fun as what I'm doing now, which is raiding with a bunch of friends and close friends.
Oh yeah, multiplayer games like that are always more fun with people you know or friends you make. Like,
yeah, absolutely. It was definitely fun because I think I kind of made like a little bit of. I think I joined the same group every week in Mists of Pandaria, but I kind of forgot because, I forgot. But yeah, I was raiding, and I remember being really pumped about that, and I got some special loots there. And then most recently, I stayed up almost all night to play the Legion launch. That's this current expansion. So this happened like a year and a half ago. I stayed up. Yeah, I was there when it launched. I played for 7 hours until I couldn't play anymore. And I remember just like, I was like, this is my first time I'm here at launch. Like, oh my God, this is awesome. I'm going out throughout the world. Like, the new things they added was really fun. There's a huge story part. So I actually have recordings of it. So who knows? It might be playing on the screen right now. But yeah, I remember being really excited for that. And yeah, just full of childlike wonder of the new world. So much fun. And I'm really looking forward to the next expansion.
Oh, that's awesome.
My WoW childhood / now.
Yeah, but no, that's really... I know he was so happy when he got his first character to max. Granted, that was like when the game first came out, so I want to say it was like 20 or 40 or something like that. Like it was really low.
60.
60 when it first came out.
And who was it? Who was excited? Who was it? Who was excited?
And my friend Evan.
Okay.
I don't know if you've like I didn't bother.
No. You cut out. That's why.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I cut out.
No, that's no problem.
Yeah, no, he was really, really into the game. And the EB near us, or for those of Americans listening, the EB is a GameStop, but we still call them EB for some reason.
You weirdos.
Yep, because it's all GameStop branding. Like the bags that they have are from GameStop, but they
What the hell?
I know, right? But they still call it Electronic Boutique. Anyways,
Okay.
That's a tangent.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Small one.
But like they didn't get his copy in right away, so he had to wait a couple of days. And every day on his way home from school, he'd swing by the EB and be like, "Do you have it for me yet? No, okay, bye."
Aww, yeah.
And then it was finally there, and he was happy.
Oh, I bet, yeah. A lot of people were super excited for Vanilla. And like it was a new experience for a lot of people. It was like the first real MMO. So yeah,
Or at least first like 3D MMO versus the sprite based stuff that we were getting like in Ragnarok and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was a big thing, and I was not very self-aware during the time. I kind of wish I was, because it would have been awesome. But I hear the stories, and WoW Classic is getting released, though I don't know if I'm gonna have time to play both WoW and WoW Classic.
Are they like separate games? Okay.
Yeah. But
it might be fun to like try out and then be like, yeah, I'll stick to whatever.
To stick to what they do now. But yeah, just being a part, because at one point they brought back Molten Core, which is like the first raid of WoW, and they brought it back for like WoW's 10th anniversary or something.
Oh, okay.
And so it was scaled up for like what we are now, and it was a 40-man raid again with everything that was like how they remembered it. And so a lot of people were excited, and I was like, I'm hella doing this because like I raid now, and I want to like relive the past. And if you do it, you get this sweet achievement, you get a cool transmog helmet, and you get like a core hound mount, which I could actually also show a picture of. It was awesome, and I did it. And long story short, 8 hours later, we did it.
Oh wow!
It was a very classic WoW raid, and it was awesome, but it was long.
Like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Would be cool to see what Classic is like. Heard the stories, didn't play it. I fished, but that's it.
Well, no, you'll have fun with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got another fun one with friends.
Ooh.
So, for those who most people actually probably won't know this, like legitimately won't know this. I really like Star Fox 64. It was one of the first N64 games I had. Like, I had Diddy Kong Racing, GoldenEye, and Star Fox 64. Those were my first three.
Nice.
And I played the shit out of Star Fox. I like beat it easily over 100 times.
Coding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a short game. Like, you can probably beat it in a couple of hours. I want to say 2.
Right. I'm so used to games where it's just like, you want to beat that game? 60 hours.
Yeah, no, it's like... the easy route is probably like, I don't know, 50 to 70 minutes, and then like the harder route maybe is a little longer. But yeah, no, so I beat that game like just a shit ton, and I am still waiting for them to make a good sequel, because I did not like Star Fox Zero. But that's a topic for another time. Anyways, so there was one time when my friend they were collecting retro games, and they found a really good condition, and so they bought it, and they also bought Star Fox. And I'm like, oh, I played the shit out of that game. Can we play it now? Because like whenever we went to like friend's house, it was either we were all playing Smash, or one of us was playing a game and the rest was giving like color commentary and talking and whatever, right? Like,
you just described my childhood. Whenever we went to other people's, we were playing Brawl for the Wii, or we were all playing Pokemon cards, or someone was playing regular Pokemon and commenting on our teams.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So in this case, they're like, yeah, let's play Star Fox. So they hand me the controller, and I'm like, okay, which route do you want me to take? And they're like, what? And I'm like, do you want me to take the hard route, the middle route, the easy route? What levels do you want to see? And then my friend Christian, who's always like, he'll poke and prod. It's like the hardest route. I'm like, okay, sure. So I blow through the game with ease because, like, not only have I beaten like the hard route at least 40 times. I'm an adult now at this point, or at least I'm an older teenager, and so I'm really good at the game.
Right.
And I blow through it, and he's like, I didn't actually expect you to be able to do that so easily. And like, I remember how to, because you have to fulfill certain conditions to pick your level.
Right.
And so I just implicitly knew all that stuff because I'd beaten it a bazillion times. And so, yeah, I got to impress all my friends with, like, because none of them expected me to know Star Fox inside and out like that.
You got to show off is what you're saying.
Yep. For the only time in my entire life. Because, like, I'm not the best at video games, but I love them so much.
They are so great.
They make me so happy.
Yes. Oh, man. The feeling of showing off is so great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if it's rare for me, I still really, really enjoyed that.
Hey, you could do great voices.
10 out of 10 skeleton voice.
12 out of 10 skeleton voice.
Oh man, 12 out of 10. I feel honored.
You should, because you do destroy your throat in order to do that voice. So
that's the thing. Every time I go to do that, I'm like, oh shit, he talks a lot more than I remember him talking. Give me a second. Where's my honey?
Where's my honey?
I just need to like coat my throat and get the pain away.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And if you want to hear what we're talking about, I did it's still there. It's in a moment or whatever. And like, yeah, just go and enjoy my terrible, slightly British, shouty skeleton.
I was gonna try and do it, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I'm like, I'm actually fighting a cold right now, so
yeah,
I don't think it's the best idea unless you want to hear me hacking up for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Sans! Oh, I think that's the best I can do. I can't do it. Like, I probably could, but it would be, like, really bad, and I'd have to yell. So, no.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, every time I did his voice, I would push myself about a foot back away from the mic.
Yeah,
like,
oh my god.
Just to make sure I didn't peek too much. I didn't want to hurt anybody's ears. That was never the goal.
No, you're Armageddon. No. Oh my god, yes.
So, you have any other favorite gaming memories, or are we getting to final epic?
No. I have two more before the epic, actually.
Okay.
This one is just... Yeah. The next two are short, so...
Okay.
Unless I start going into tangents, which I've been doing, because of course I have been.
What? But, tangents on a podcast? Never.
Never. Okay, so some of my favorite gaming moments aren't necessarily, like, things that I remember with joy. It's just that, like, it affected me so emotionally that I always remember them.
Right, I gotcha.
Right, so I only have 2 JRPG ones, okay? A lot of JRPGs, if you know me, affect me a lot. So
you get into the story, right?
Yes, so. Yes. Story, characters. I'm in the game. But the first one,
I have a feeling I know what you're gonna talk about.
I think you do. Maybe. So, well, actually, I think at this point we hadn't really started talking yet. So anyway, I got introduced to a game after Persona 4 Golden called Trails of Cold Steel.
Yep. Which, to be fair, is technically part of my influence because
that's
Nick
true. It's
was
very
like,
part of your...
he sent me a thing on Twitter and was like, should I get this? And I'm like, how do I say fuck yes without being like scaring you off?
For the record, a lot of the games I've played and anime I've watched is all Cat's fault. Anyway, so I had that game, and after Persona 4 Golden, I needed something. I needed something again, and I think I played Abyss. Mm-hmm. I think I played Abyss, and then I played Abyss, and then I went to this, and then I played Graces. Okay, so after Abyss, I was like, okay, that was good, but I need another handheld. I'm still in like school, so I want to be able to play there, because who needs to pay attention in class when you can play your Vita? Anyway. Shh. Anyway, moving on. So I played to death that game, and oh my god, that game sucked me in so hard. It's still... Breen, where are you? Pet. Okay. So I played it, and it was great, and we finally get to, like, the close to the ending. Not... Thanks, Kat. Wow. So we get to as Falcom does, they do the ending and then they do the ending.
Yeah.
So I was at the ending and I was like, God, this boss is really hard. Like I was watching my little brother and I was just laying on my bed and I was like, I can't, it keeps killing me. Like I can't beat it. Holy crap, this is annoying. I finally beat it after like 2 hours of trying.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, great. And then I look at the time and I'm like, shit, I gotta go in 30 minutes to something, but I can't stop here. Okay, I continued.
Oh, no.
So I continued. No. So I continued. And I can't spoil anything in that game, but things happen. And
yeah, things happen. That's
a lot of things happen. And so I get.
If you want to hear us talk about and spoil that game on the other podcast that Maddie's on, Last Honest Gamers, we did a spoiler cast for that. You can link that and you can listen to it there.
Oh, we did. Though some of my opinions might have changed because now I have played the second one. But anyway, fuck. So I played it and I gotta be vague. I got to a part where it was the end boss, the ending boss.
Yeah, the final boss of the game.
Final boss. And I was like, the mechanics changed, so I was like, oh God, what do I do? What's happening? So I failed once. I paused it. I drove over to like the house I was supposed to go with my mom.
Oh no.
I sat in the car for another 5 minutes. I was like, I'm going to do this. Failed. I was like, I can't put this down, but I need to put this down. Okay, so I shove it in my pocket and I go and then I kind of forget about it. Luckily, thank God. Mm-hmm. So I have fun with my mom and stuff and whatever. We would party. No, we didn't. We played pool actually.
Oh, that's fun.
But we finished. I got back into the car and I was like, I felt my pocket. Like, I really forgot about it. I felt my pocket. I was like, my Vita. Oh my God. And so I rushed back home. I lay in my, I rushed back home. I sit in my desk and I start playing it again. And I'm like, trying to figure it out. Finally, I get it. And I'm like, oh, I did it. Hell yeah. What's going to happen now? Bad things happen now is the answer. And then Nick walks in, as he does every time I'm about to finish a freaking game. And he's like, oh, I know where you at. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so, story. And literally, I'm like, if things happen, and I'm like, if this game ends right here, I'm breaking my Vita across my knee. And Nick just leans in as the cutscene plays out, and he's like, the end.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so I scream, and I'm like, I have the Vita, and I'm very tempted to actually throw it. So I, like, put my pillows up, and I throw it against my pillows, and I start crying for the next 30 minutes.
Aww.
And I'm like, the game did not just do that to me. The next game isn't out yet. How can you do that to me? First cliffhanger, just so you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Maddie isn't like me in the fact that she played Cold Steel first, so she didn't have the epic 4-year wait of the cliffhanger between first chapter and second chapter.
No, it didn't. Though after playing both, I do think Cold Steel is worse for me.
Fair enough. You actually had to wait for it. You didn't have to wait at all.
Well, yeah, that, and also it flat cuts. Like I said before, Sky does have like the little bit of like, it has part of the credits, and then it has like that one picture where it's like, okay, you know what's happening. You kind of know where this is gonna go next. Like, it's not just gonna, like, she's not gonna just sit around. So it's like, okay, that's cool. But this is just like, the thing happens.
The end.
The end. Nothing else. And I'm like, what do you mean? The end. So, like, yeah, I freaked out a lot. And that's a favorite gaming memory for me. Because the next 4 to 5 months of waiting was torture. So much torture.
Oh, man. 4 to 5 months. That must have been so rough. Oh,
to be fair, shut up. To be fair, the wait for CS3, I've been a little bit trained, like a little bit. So it's like, this is hurting, but at least it didn't really end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, well, apparently, just to kind of like tell you when we're recording this today, some stills for old Class 7 have dropped with their new designs. I haven't seen any of them personally, but oh my god, there's a character that I want to see, and I'm like trying my hardest not to.
Willpower, cat, willpower.
It's hard.
Yeah, I know. But like, yeah. Oh my god. Like, the whole situation is just like, I was trying to do other things while that was playing out, and it's just like, get home, and I'm like, more story. The end. What?
Yep, Falcom's really good at ending at the worst possible time.
Falcom, you assholes. I hate you so much. Give me more. Oh god.
I can bounce off that a little. I have the exact same experience but with Sky. I would count the cliffhanger between FC and second chapter as one of my favorite gaming moments, because yes, that cliffhanger sucks, and not knowing if the game's going to come out really sucks.
Yeah, that probably added a lot too.
Yeah, I think that's why I find Sky's worse for me, because like I knew Cold Steel 2 was coming out within 6 months of Cold Steel 1 coming out. There was talk that we might not get at all second chapter, so I was like, yeah, I think that's why it was like, this is torture, what the hell.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The context is just like, yeah, that's way worse, and I'll be like, yeah, that would be way worse.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's why I prefer the first chapter cliffhanger. But yeah, it's such a good cliffhanger. It's one of the best cliffhangers I've seen done in a game. Like,
dude, F both those cliffhangers.
I know, right? They're awful. I love them.
Yeah, they're awful. I love them so much. They made it on the favorites list, so
yeah. Well, because you remember them, like, honestly.
Oh yeah.
How many other games? Like, I can think of one other game where the cliffhanger or twist made me love the game that much more, and that's 9 hours 9 person 9 hours 9 doors.
Huh.
It's I won't spoil what it is, but it has since made me look at video games a different way, and I can't say that about a game.
Ooh, snap.
So yeah, that is your spoiler-free favorite moment of
Yeah. You just had 2 favorite moments, spoiler-free, of games that you should all play.
Yeah, you should. I think 9 person 9 hour 9 door comes as a combo pack on PSN now, where you can get the first 2 games of the Zero Escape series. Get them. They're good. Get them on PS4. They're good. Have a notepad beside you. It's good.
Have a notepad beside you. Okay, well, I got that covered as I look up through my notes.
Well, it's just really handy for, like, because especially for 999, you have the bottom screen to write notes down on. But yeah, for something like a PS4 playthrough, I don't think you'd have that. So just, have a notepad beside you so you can write notes if you need to.
Right.
And no, it's so good. I love it. And then just Falcom. Just play Falcom. They deserve love.
They do.
They really do.
They really do.
So what else you got, Maddie? What other favorite memories you got?
Before the big one, just a quick shout out to a game called Heroes of the Storm. Just because it's a mixture. Before P5 came out, I really had nothing to play, I guess. Like, I played I played a few of them. I played FF15, and then I played Berseria. But, like, I was in this job, like, way before those 2 games also came out, because I played those within 2 months of each other.
Right.
So, like, I had nothing really to sink my teeth into, and that job really pissed me off. So basically, for a good year while I was working that job, every night I'd come home late or something, all my friends would be online, and we just all play HOTS with each other.
Oh, that's fun.
And it kept me sane. So, yeah, I still play. We kind of split up by now, but I still play with one of them. And it's just, HOTS, Here's the Storm, for you, those you don't know, is a Blizzard MOBA. Think League of Legends, but with Blizzard characters and a sort of different system. And it's just really, I enjoy my multiplayer games, and skill is definitely involved in it, and I pride myself on kind of being good at video games. So
see, she's the opposite of me. I'm just bad.
No,
I'm good at some games, but like certain games, just no good.
She swears she's terrible at Undertale, but I didn't really see a lot.
I was terrible the first time I played. Every time I played since, I can do it deathless. But like the first time I played, it was like, man, I suck. Why do I even bother?
No. But yeah, Here's the Storm kind of just, it was so much fun to play. We'd play, this is how I got my sleep schedule so messed up, because we'd play till 3 a.m. Because keep in mind, I come home from work at like 11:30, so 11:30 p.m. and then we'd play, and then we call it, and I wake up at 10, repeat process, you know. So it kept me sane. It's a really fun game to play. I play it now. I'm even in a minor team right now, which is kind of bringing a new focus to the game for me, because you kind of approach the game a little bit differently rather than just like, oh, I want to play this character, let's have fun. It's a lot of more strategy and talking to people and discussing what comps work where. It's after 2.5 to 3 years of playing this game, it adds just a different way to play it, basically, and I'm really digging it right now.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, here's the Storm. I still play it, and yeah, it's a good game. I love it. Favorite memory. Keeps me sane after a terrible job.
Aw, it sucks that you had a job that drove you to that point, but at least you had the video game to help out.
I did. Video game and friends.
Yes.
Both. They work. They happy. They keep me sane.
Aw.
Yay.
Yeah, well,
good times.
The only story I have left is my epic one.
Okay, well, do you want to save it for the end, or do you want me to go first?
No. You can save yours for the end. I think like they're both impactful. So
sure, absolutely. All right, big story times. Here we go.
Yeah,
this is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned before, there was a chunk of time between first chapter's release and second chapter coming out, where Xseed had pretty much said, we don't know if we're gonna do second chapter or the third. There was one point in there where they did say, we are doing second chapter, just hold your horses. We're probably not going to do the third because it's a different main character. It's a different story setup, and we just don't know if people would want to buy it. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, sure, I would have loved more Kiseki, but as I called it then, Trails in the Sky. But I mean, like, yeah, it's a new main character. I won't care about not having that game. Then second chapter came out. And I didn't know before second chapter came out, because I actually kept myself rather spoiler free.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't know the main character in the third was a major part of second chapter. So I got to know and love Kevin. And I truly, truly love Kevin. He is one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
I think love might be an understatement.
Yeah. No, he makes me so happy. He's my Twitch emote, for crying out loud.
He is.
He's a little blob. You can put that on the screen if you want. I'll give you the big version.
Kevlov! Yay!
But yeah, I grew really attached really fast to Kevin, and like I love the other main characters in Trails in the Sky, obviously, but I was finding myself like every single time Kevin showed up, I'd be like, okay, but join my party. Okay, but join my party. Why aren't you in my party, Kevin? Get in my party. And then you get to the end of second chapter, and like Falcom does, a thing happens.
Of course.
And I was, up until that moment, I was sad that we weren't going to get the third, but I was okay with it. Then that moment happened, and my immediate reaction was, okay, the third, but when? I just couldn't even process how deeply attached I got to this character until I beat the game, and I was like, no, seriously, I will do whatever I can to try and prove to Xseed that at least you'll sell one copy. Isn't that good enough? Isn't that good
enough? One copy? Come on, please.
So yeah, I steeled myself and I said, yeah, we're never gonna get the third. So whatever, I'll just be sad about it, or maybe somebody will do a fan translation. And even though I'm not a big one for that kind of thing, I'll do it if I have to. And so about a year or a year and a half goes by, or maybe even only 6 months. I don't remember exactly. Xseed did a little tease tweet, and it said, "A priest and a nun walk into a game." And I am sitting in the room with my family as I'm reading Twitter on my phone, and I gasp. And my family's like, oh, "What's wrong? Who died?" I'm like, no, it's a stupid video game thing. Don't mind me.
You gasped, not squeed?
No, I gasped.
I
didn't squeak, because it's like I didn't want to get my hopes up. I'm like, what else could they be talking about? But what if there is another game with a priest and a nun as a main character? Like, I don't want to get my hopes up until it's confirmed.
Right.
So the next day I'm streaming. I'm just working on some art. And while I stream, I usually take like little wrist breaks so that I don't overwork my wrist, and that way I can work longer. Mm-hmm. And so I'm on my phone on Twitter and I'm looking and I see Xseed saying, yeah, we're going to be bringing Trails in the Sky the Third. And I just feel these tears roll down the front of my face. And so I read it out loud with my squeaky cry voice. Because I don't know about you, but I lose my voice.
When you get excited?
I guess, like, I was just, I was so overwhelmed with emotion, I couldn't even tell, like, what emotion I was feeling at the time.
Right.
So, yeah, I let the tears out. I take a deep breath. I say, hey, fun fact, I'm going to go get some water. And then I do that. And it was a while before the game came out. And it's funny, the game hadn't come out yet. And, like, I go to Japan in May. I bet you money it's going to come out when I'm in Japan. And it did.
Of course it did.
So I didn't get to play it till like a month after it was out. But I got to go to Japan. I'm not mad about that.
It's true, but man, did you play it when you got back?
Oh yeah, no, I just plowed through that game. I think I beat it in a week. I think it was about 40 hours. It's not as long as second chapter, that's for sure. And even if it was, it's structured differently, so it can't be as long as second chapter. Because like, yeah, a lot of the extra time isn't there. Like, there's just nothing to give that to you. Anyways, I don't want to spoil why the third is awesome. It's awesome because Kevin's in it, and I love Kevin, and he deserves to be in every Kiseki game, and I adore him. He's my favorite. Yep. I mean, I love Elliot too, and Reen, and Joshua, and Estelle, and Tita, and oh my god, there's so many.
And Agate.
Yep. And Shara and just all of them. Give them to me, please. I want to protect them from Falcom, who's just mean.
Falcom's so mean. Especially with that one stupid spoiler thing that I saw, and I'm really mad!
Oh yeah, that was pretty evil.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
That reaction on stream was all genuine. I was freaking out so much. Okay, yeah.
No, good times.
Falcom.
Yeah, that's my favorite moment in gaming. And yeah, to be fair, I wasn't playing a game at the time, but I still count it.
Yeah, it's tied to a game.
Yeah. So how about you, Maddie?
Man. Okay, so I've already mentioned okay, well, I love P5.
Yep.
That's a 2 fact.
2 of our 3 Twitch emotes are now P5.
That's true. So also again, that whole month of April. So I'm just gonna say that whole month of April was like the best gaming time of my life, because that's when I was playing Persona 5. I was still at that bad job. It kept me more sane than Hots, because it kind of dealt with sort of the same themes I was feeling with. Like, I felt kind of chained down by corporate and managers and all these things that were just trying to force me to do things, and I was getting really upset. So P5 definitely helped in that aspect. But yeah, also I was getting really sick. I got really sick during that month, so like I was sick. I was kind of bedridden for a while, so I played P5 for like 13 hours. And it was all good. Oh my god, I love P5 so much. But I don't know. Again, this is my favorite moment because it's the one that hit me emotionally the hardest. So hard. But
and just in case people are worried, spoiler free.
Spoiler free. I won't. We refer to it as the moment.
Yeah.
But basically, you catch up. You realize you're in a flashback really early in the game, so you catch up to the timeline.
That's not a spoiler. Like, that's the first bit of the game. You
yeah, it's literally the first bit of the game, and that hooked me in so like. I was constantly playing this game so I could catch up to the timeline. I needed to know what happened next, and then everything in between was just amazing because it was world building and all these characters, and it was playing the game, and it was awesome. But the driving force was catch up to the timeline. Mm-hmm. Catch up to the timeline. So finally, I'm home alone, and I don't have work. I don't think I have work that day. I'm pretty sure because there's another time I beat a game and I did have work and it was bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad. But I don't have work, and I finally catch up to the timeline. I knew I was catching up because I'm basically playing the first 20 minutes of the game again. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to play this again because it was so good. So like I play it and get the things, and it's so exciting. Finally catch up to the timeline, and we get the whole intro again. I'm like, yeah, you toss that clipboard aside. Oh man, that must have hurt. So finally we get past the thing, and you have to do that very Persona thing of answering the questions right, to not get the bad ending.
Like. It's a lot easier in P5 than in P4.
Than P4. Oh, 100%. Holy crap.
P4 is like, I tried to do it without a walkthrough my first time. Like, nope. Where's the walkthrough?
Yeah, that's bull. But yeah, so you did that series, and I thought, like, I named him Akira because at that time that was kind of his uncanon canon name, if that makes sense. So I was like, okay, how would he think? We've been through enough, like, this is how I would answer, or he would answer, or whatever. I get really, like, into the mindset of my characters. Anyway, so I answered it, and I didn't know if I answered correctly, so things are playing out, and I'm like, okay, follow, like, what is happening? Finally, the moment happens.
Yeah.
And, spoiler-free, but it's big, and...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's my favorite character right there, and I freak out so much because
it's a big thing that happens.
It's a big thing that happens, and like you don't know if you answered correctly or not. You don't know where you are. You don't know what's happening in the game. You think some things are happening and they're not, and it's like I couldn't process what was happening. And when I realized that was happening, oh my, I freaked. I freaked out so much. And a cutscene plays out, and I'm convinced I did something so wrong.
Oh yeah, no, I felt that way too when I got to that part, because I'm like, oh man, I messed up so bad, because wow.
Yeah, I swear, I was like, I messed up so bad, there's no way they're doing this. And then one of the characters, like, gives a quick smile, and then it cuts, and I'm like, why was that smile? What was happening? What? And the next 2 hours, I swear it's 2 hours, is exposition on basically telling you what just happened.
Yeah, it was a lot of exposition after that, because I was like, I remember I just wanted to go to bed at that point. Because
I think I warned you.
Yeah, I think you did, because I was like, oh, I should just get like to the next part I can save, and then I can do this, and it's all good. And it's like, yeah, that's like 2 hours from now. I'm like, oh, well, fuck that, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I was like, when you catch up to the timeline, be ready to sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that whole 2 hours of like, okay, so I freaked out. I started crying like crazy. I was like, there's no way. I was like yelling at the TV about, things. And that happens, like, the character smiles, and I'm like, what do you mean the character smiled? What just happened? And then Igor comes in and starts talking to you, and I'm like, what do you mean these are happening? What's happening? And then the exposition comes in, and I'm just sitting there, like, staring at the TV, like, my mind is blown. Because there's so much that happened.
In a very short period of time.
Yes. And it's like, I was trying to process it.
It took 3 hours, but it was still short.
Yeah, like it took 3 hours, but it was short. It's like, what? That's like all you could say was, what? This was a plan? This was happening? What? And I haven't rewatched that part at all, because, I was not in my right state of mind.
Oh yeah, it probably didn't help that you were sick, right? So.
Oh yeah, I was also sick. I had just recovered from pink eye, actually.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, it was bad. But, yeah, so it's like, I was laying in bed, like, there was a bunch of, like, tissues nearby. Like, I have video, because for some reason, or not for some reason, they knew. Nick was like, Maddie, when you get to this part, record yourself. And I did. And, yeah, I had those reactions. I
wish he had done that for the end of Cold Steel.
He should have.
He should have.
Though, those recordings never see the light of day. Maybe you hear me scream, but yeah. So, my mind was blown. Like, I was, crying, freaking out, like, all these things are happening, and holy crap, that is, like, the biggest time a game has gotten me so invested, had me so freaked out, and, like, turned it around with the biggest, like, twist that I could have ever thought of.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
I was like, oh.
It's not the biggest twist for me because, again, 999, but it was a really good twist.
Of course. So it's just like, oh my god. And then the game just continues. And I'm like, I've caught up to the timeline. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then the game's like, okay, and we're going to keep hitting you. Bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, what are you doing, game? Please!
Yeah, no, that last chunk of the game is pretty intense. I liked it. I still feel like it was a little rushed.
It was a little rushed, I feel.
Because I feel like there could have been a few months of content, if that makes sense. But
that's why you don't like it as much, is because it felt like they deliberately held out for the next
it feels
version of the game.
Like those last couple of months are gonna be in like, as Taylor calls it, Persona 5 Ruby.
Yes.
I just feel like they were holding out for a second version, or they ran out of time or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it does feel like they had plans and they just didn't go through with it. And I think that's why I like P4 just an itty bitty bit more. Right. Yeah. But I love the characters in P5, so it goes both ways.
It's great. And again, I love P5 so much because P4 changed the way I think. Mm-hmm. And then P5 just helped me through a terrible time in my life. Aww. So it's just like, I love Trails to death.
Of course.
So much. But P5 will always win because it changed me. So.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I 100% understand that.
So yeah, oh my god. That game. I have so much merch. It's surrounding me.
You should take a picture.
I should. The moment that game ended, I think the moment I was all like, Atlas anime, please.
Yeah.
Anime.
And then now in like record time, they managed to get it out.
In almost exactly a year for
the
English release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a year and a half from Japan, because like.
Which is still impressive.
Yeah. Was it just half a year, or was it a year and a half?
I think it was half a year. It was like, it came out, I think, in like September.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to come out the 14th of February, and then it got delayed to April.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which sucked for me, because I immediately went
to Japan.
Like,
I
had 3 games waiting for me when I got back from Japan. I had P5, I had Fire Emblem Echoes, which I still haven't beaten, and I had Trails in the Sky the Third.
You delayed P5 for a long time. But anyway, yes. Mm-hmm. It was good, yeah. But holy crap. And the reason why I wanted the anime so much, not just because I love this game to death, right? I want to see that moment where I freaked out the most with a character who is fleshed out, who has a personality, and like, I'm expecting there to actually be a little bit of consequences for what happened.
That was the other thing I didn't particularly care for about P5. It's like this really major thing happens, and it's really kind of brushed over.
Yeah, it's like, this happened, hey, you got him, and then it continues. And I also felt like, I was like, wait a second, that happened and nothing else is going to happen? Wait, hold on a second. Do we know how the human body works? Because, like, again, the first 50 minutes of the game, he gets beaten up in interrogation.
Yeah.
And, okay. Yeah. But, I am waiting to see that moment in the anime. That is, again, the driving force is just catch up to the timeline.
Do we know how long the anime is going to be at this point? Is it going to be
I think it's 24 episodes.
24?
Or 24 to 26, I think. But they've also declared that there's a thing that isn't in the game that's going to be in the anime.
And I'm hoping it's the thing that I'm annoyed about with P5, because that would be nice.
So I think of that...
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's that thing that you want, and I'm like, okay, that's yeah. I really want it to be something else.
I know you want it to be something else because I get it, but I think if they do this one thing, it would resolve pretty much half of my issue with P5.
Well,
because I love P5, but I have issues with it.
Right.
which we could talk we could do our own kind of spoiler cast eventually,
Spoiler cast for
but
P5.
but not here.
No.
Not here, not now. We've been talking for quite a while, so.
We have, yes. It's been. We should probably wrap it up.
All right.
P5, Trails, Falcom,
Wow.
Persona, WoW, God, these games.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
good.
I just think I love that our stories were so different too, because it just shows that gaming is just for everybody and it means something to everybody, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yes, for now, it's about time we wrap this up. So,
Mhm.
thank you for listening. You can join our Discord, where lots of fun chatting happens. Link is in the description. You can follow Maddie or I on Twitter or Twitch. All of those links are in the description. And yeah, we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!